Alright, let's talk about something that could literally change the way we fuel our world, bioethanol, and more specifically, how we can make it from wild grass instead of food crops. Now, you might already know that bioethanol is one of the most popular alternative fuels out there. It's usually blended with petrol to power our cars. Traditionally, it's made from food crops like sugarcane, but with global food demands rising and fossil fuels running out, scientists are on the hunt for better, more sustainable options. This is where second-generational bioethanol steps in. Instead of using food, it's made from lignocellulosic biomass. Think wild grasses and crop residue, the stuff we usually ignore or even burn. This process focuses on perennial African wild grass called Hyperrhenia hirta. The goal: this grass could be broken down and turned into fermentable sugars and ultimately into ethanol. Here's how it worked. We collected Hyperrhenia hirta and used special bacteria, isolated from the compost by the way, to hydrolyze or break down the tough plant fibers into glucose. This process happened under anaerobic conditions, which just means without oxygen, and the results were really promising, as you can see. The wild grass produced about 60 millimoles per liter of glucose, which just means that it was pretty close to the amount produced by wheat straw, which is kind of the gold standard for this kind of experiment. After getting these sugars, the next step was fermentation. The same bacteria turned the glucose into ethanol, showing that wild grasses can indeed be converted into usable fuel. Now, why does this matter? First, it means we can create bioethanol without putting pressure on our food supply, a big win for food security. Second, it adds value to grasslands in Africa. Instead of burning wild grass, which contributes to wildfires and global warming, we could be using it to make fuel. Imagine a scenario where farmers or communities collect wild grass that would otherwise be burned and instead turn it into ethanol. This not only helps reduce air pollution and greenhouse gases, but also creates economic opportunities. Of course, there's still work to do. The process needs to be optimized, and there's potential for improving the bacteria through genetic modification to get even more ethanol out of the grass. But the groundwork is there, and it's a huge step towards sustainable energy. So next time you see a field of wild grass, remember, it's not just a bunch of weeds. It could actually be the future of clean, renewable fuel in Africa and beyond.